such a beautiful day today, and I've been stuck in the house, so I'm out here in the bungalow now trying to decide what I might want to do. And I'm kind of leaning toward working on my journal. That's something pretty simple and convenient, so I'm going to work on that. And I thought you might like to join me. And like I said, I just open up any place randomly. If I can find one that's empty. Okay, I found one here. I do have some funny pictures, and I think I probably have copies. It's of my sister in her little Western outfit on a bicycle. And I think it's so cute. And I have a picture of my mom and my aunt my mom always wanted horses, always. And you can just see in her face here how happy she is to be able to be on one. And I'm pretty sure this isn't the original, and I'm pretty sure I have others. So I thought that would be cute to put there if I could find something in that theme. And then here's one of my brother who's now passed away. It's because of him, actually, that I have this bungalow, because he left his property to my sister and myself, and with some of the money after it was sold, it was in another state, and we sold it. And with some of my money, with some of my money, I bought this little bungalow. So I think of him almost every time I come out here, and wish that he could see it and how much I'm enjoying it. But anyway, this is him on a horse when he was little. He's between my sister and I in age. So I thought, well, I could have a few horse ones. You ever buy something online and then you look at it and you think, what is it? I bought this probably from Temu, and for the life of me, I don't know what it's for. But it looks like a good one, so I'll hang on to it. Maybe that'll come to me. Okay, I decided that I'm going to use the personal pictures in this journal. My mother always wanted horses and talked about it and talked about it. She just had good memories of them, and she got me to thinking we were going to have them one day. But it's hard to have a horse when you live in apartments. But she kept the dream alive. But one day, finally, I helped make part of my mom's dream. I made this into look like a little lasso. I don't know if it looks like it or not, but that's what it's going to be. So one day, oh, sorry about that. When my kids were young, there was this radio program that would have things buy, sell, trade. And I was listening. That's where I got my cat that I still have. It's like 17 years old. And at least 17 plus, someone advertised a horse. And it was about an hour from us. And so my mom and I hitched up the trailer. I'd never pulled a trailer in my life, and went riding up there to buy this horse if we liked it. Well, it didn't have a saddle, but she was a pretty paint horse, and they lived in a kind of a rural neighborhood, and we got there and I saw her and I thought she was so pretty, and I think she was only like $300, I don't know, and I wanted to know if she rode well, and they said, oh yes, she does. So I get up on the horse bareback and go riding down the neighborhood streets. I just go down, turn around, come back, and she did great. So my mom and I bought this horse and come bring her home in that trailer. It's the only time I've ever pulled a trailer, and because I haven't even since. We named our horse Cricket, and my son and daughter loved riding her. But we figured out at one point she must have been a barrel racing horse. I'm putting a little brown paint in here, and I'm going to stir water in it and make it more like a stain than a paint. So I had this notion. Anyway, we figured out she must have been a barrel racing horse, because they would ride her a ways, and then when they turned around to come back, she took off running. And it's not like she was running to the barn, because that was down in the pasture. This was out in front of the house, and she'd turn and run. I would ask him, I said, Michael, will you go down to Papa and Granny's and borrow some sugar or whatever? Okay. That's what he'd say. Well, instead of walking down there, getting it, coming right back, because I mean, they were close. He would walk way down in the back of the pasture and hunt down Cricket, bring her back up here, saddle her up, and then ride down to borrow the sugar. I said, okay, I said, Michael, it's crazy. You'd have been done and had it over with if you'd have just walked down there and got it. Oh, I was too tired to walk. It's the most fun when you can just create on the fly here. It's probably going to be plenty. I'll do one more for good measure. Oh, that one's kind of broke, but hey, it looks kind of cool that way, actually, on the end. I bought these at a thrift store the other day, when I'd never been to before. They were packed. I want to go back on a different day. Maybe that's some special day, but anyway, I got a whole pack of these. They'd never been opened. I just opened them. They're coffee stirrers. I got them all for $1. So I'm gonna put that aside and wait for that to dry. And I'm thinking I'm going to put some flowers I saw here. I had these little wildflower sticker things. So I'm thinking if I stick them down here, and then put the fence I'm making up around it, That might work. I'm going to cut up the middle. You know what? It's still not dry, the fence post. So I think I'm going to take you outside with me and we're going to plant some tomato seeds to make starter plants. So we'll do that. It's too pretty not to. Okay, doing it out here on this picnic table, which has to be a project eventually. It looks terrible. Can't decide how I want to do it. But eventually I'm going to have to paint it or replace the boards. They may be too far gone. Okay, I thought I had more solo cups, some red ones, but I can use these. But I wanted to plant my tomatoes in those. I got here, this came from Walmart. It's an indoor potting mix. It says it's great for starter plants. And that's what we have. So we won't be planting these in the ground. We're going to put them in our hydroponic garden when it's warmer. And we will have, I guarantee you, if it goes as well as it has in the past, we're going to have way more tomatoes than we need. Sad thing, my grandkids, none of them like tomatoes. My daughter does. My son doesn't. But we'll eat what we can and share the rest with someone that does like them. Okay, this is an early girl variety we've planted before. Ridiculous. I mean, how few seeds you get. Oh, I wish I could just leave them out now. It's so pretty. Put a little water. I'm going to end up taking these in the house. We didn't get any, I didn't get any cherry tomatoes seeds this year. I still have some in the freezer I froze. And I've tried them in soups and chili, but to me they just taste a little bit sweet and kind of really affect it. It's sweeter than like tomato sauce or anything. Okay, I'll remember the early girls are all in the yellow solo cups. And the other one I have are the big boy. These are these are indeterminate, so they just grow out everywhere, which one time we thought we didn't want it that way in our hydroponic garden, but I just loved it because you just walk in the door and you're surrounded by food. I'll insert a picture of our hydroponic garden right here. So, as you see, it flourished. We just have one storage building that we converted the first year, and we were just kind of experimental. We were trying different things to see what would grow out there and what would not. And so we planted a lot, and some did well. I think basil did the best. Tomatoes did, well, tomatoes did every bit as good as the basil, of course. But got a little carried away with my seed distribution here. Okay, this is Blue Lake green beans. Got that out of the way. Got to enjoy the weather a little. So we'll go back inside, finish our project, and that'll be it. Okay, got them cut. And I'm not going to make these real straight and perfect. I want them to look rustic. So okay, got that. And I need to cut this edge off. Probably more. I can do it with this. Perfect. Okay. There she be. Next time. Anyway, there we go. There's them with the horse. Might have looked better if I'd have pulled the picture down further, but you get the general idea. And then I'll do something to this another time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if it was a little bit chatty and boring, but sometimes it just works out that way. And I hope you enjoyed getting out and helping me plant my starter plants. And I look forward to sharing our hydroponic garden with you when we get it going. We'll start sharing from the beginning on. And thank you so much for my subscribers. I appreciate you more than you know. And if you're not a subscriber, I wish you would consider doing so. And a thumbs up is always appreciated. Thank you, and you have a good day. Bye.